is really important. So this training is about keeping campers safe. So it's going to be pretty interactive. I think the time will go by quickly, but it is really important, so hopefully you can remember the things we learned today. So this is the first activity. Everyone, close your eyes. I'm going to tell you about something that could happen at camp, and then you're going to follow my instructions. All right, so everyone's eyes are closed. So, no, you're going to open your eyes and write. So make sure your thing's ready to write. Open your notes. Open your notes, but then once you're ready, close your eyes. Okay. All right, so let's say you're at camp. It's Wednesday night. Your eyes are closed. By Wednesday night, you are thoroughly exhausted, and the nights pass really quickly. But all of a sudden, you wake up in the middle of the night and you realize that the cabin next to you is on fire. Open your eyes and write the first thing that you would do.
Yeah.
First thing that you would do. Open your eyes and write the first thing that comes to mind to do. If you were woken up in the middle of the night and you can tell the cabin next to you is on fire. First thing, it doesn't matter what it is.
Wow. Is that what you would do?
In case I can imagine that.
Yeah, in case you can't imagine it, here you go.
Oh.
Wait, it's like that?
So many
and it's on
options.
fire?
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
on the timer.
I think that point you don't think I nothing to do.
All right. Everyone close your eyes again. New situation. Push enter. New situation. All right. Everyone close your eyes again. So, this situation's a little bit different. It's during the day. You're at the pool with your campers. The little kids are having a lot of fun. You're with the big kids. You're playing jungle ball. Everyone's getting scraped and laughing. But you're standing, and as you scan the pool, you realize that you can't see one of your campers. Open your eyes and write the first thing you would do. Here's the visualization. I'm so prepared for this training.
I can see all those.
There's one missing.
Yeah, where's the one you can't see?
I don't know.
Where's the one?
Where's Waldo?
Okay. All right. One more. Everyone close your eyes. One more.
Oh, it's raining. I don't have
Close your eyes. One more activity. So it is after the pool now. And you've kind of separated from your group. You're walking back to the cabin to grab something. And as you open the door, you realize that one of your campers is changing alone in the cabin. Open your eyes. What's the first thing you would do?
Oh, I was like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I didn't make this up. What's the first thing you would do?
I know.
Oh, you're talking about the picture?
Yeah, that's good call.
Yeah, cabin door. Cabin door. Okay. Good. So, really quick, with your groups, go ahead and discuss your different answers. What was the first thing that came to your mind for each of those situations? Take a minute or two and discuss with your group. Does anyone want to share a particularly great response? First response? Thing you want to do?
I get all the snacks from your guys.
For which one?
All of them. Every time. I get your
All right, so not just running for the snacks. Yeah.
I think an important one for the fire is just to make sure like all of your campers are like accounted for and your counselors, just to make sure like your first priority should be
Yeah.
and then obviously but
Yeah, for sure. Campers number one priority. Anyone else? Okay. So this training's kind of funny, but I want me to ask you guys, how many of you wrote "stay calm" as the first thing that you thought of?
Because that's not like an initial reaction. That's like a, like there's like a panic and then you say, oh wait.
I agree with you.
First reaction.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's hard to stay calm. But what this training is about is that when these things come up that are unexpected, and we just have time, it's kind of like the fight or flight takes in, we have to remember to stay calm. Because the campers are going to follow our lead for how we're acting. I mean, we saw just like the office thing, right? Michael's like, everyone stay calm. You know? Like, that's not helpful. That's just crazy. It's funny, but it's not helpful. So, staying calm, we're going to discuss... All right. We're going to discuss staying calm for a second. And there's 3 questions. Let's see. So how do you stay calm in emergency situations? What do you guys think? Okay.
I think like doing these kinds of trainings where we prepare like helps us to stay calm because we have a procedure to follow. So that's not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So being prepared. In other words, 3-hour trainings every Saturday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Just go ahead and tell me. I'm not gonna follow you. What else? How else do you stay calm? Any other ideas? Markers are not
Well, I
good.
honestly think like there's some where you think that running through scenarios in your head beforehand helps a lot.
Can you say that louder? Sorry.
Research suggests that
Ooh, everyone listen.
running scenarios through your head in preparation for something genuinely does help a lot. Like with every aspect of life, including emergency circumstances.
Yeah.
So just thinking, like genuinely, I mean not to like be super strange about it, but genuinely thinking like, okay, actually, what would I do?
Yeah.
Like perhaps on a 3-hour training on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Is actually helpful.
For sure. And that's what we're going to do after this, so that's perfect. Okay. What else? It says, what do calm people do? Maybe compare and contrast. What do calm people do? What do uncalm people do?
They talk in soft tones.
Soft tones. Okay. Yeah.
I think that your actions should have purpose.
Uh-huh.
Like fidgeting and like, looking panicked and what you're
Deliberate.
doing.
Control your actions. Good.
I think it also means you need to like take a minute to collect yourself. Because like, I mean, initially we're all kind of gonna freak out if something crazy happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like allowing yourself like time to like, okay, take a breather. Because you can't like, like they said, you can't, like you shouldn't make any decision when you're super emotional or scared or anything like that. So just like take a hot minute and chill.
Yeah, even if it's like a hot, even if it's like a hot half second, right?
Exactly.
So, okay. Yeah, well,
Yeah, I think calm people are more likely to make rational decisions. When like, you start getting stressed, that's when like they'll just, I don't know, just kind of do whatever seems like to make sense in the first second, which probably
yeah.
isn't right.
Yeah. Everyone right here? Yeah.
So I think that actually cool people are faster than, really scared and emotional people. Because if that happened, like, we have all seen like cartoons where, the house is burning and then they all die.
Yeah.
But, like cool people know what to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So being calm really does help. But we do have to prepare for it. And then finally, I guess we already talked about this, how do calm people sound. Okay, so they sound calm. So what we're going to do now, in your groups, how do calm people sound? Calm. Soft tones, yeah. They sound calm. In your groups now, what we're going to do, another part of being a counselor is keeping track of your kids, which can be really difficult sometimes with all the activities. So in your groups, discuss some creative ways that you can keep track of your campers at camp. And those that have been at camp before can help with trying to set the picture of how hard it is sometimes. So think of some creative ways. Let me see if there's better instructions than that. Does that make sense what we're doing? Okay, so the question is, how do you keep track of the campers in your immediate area? That's the question to discuss and think of ways to keep track of the campers in your immediate area. So go ahead and discuss that with your group. So we want you just to do it and then tell us more specifically what it is, what you might call it. All right? Sound good? All right, come on up, group.
Oh, we gotta go up.
Yeah, you gotta come up.
My way.
Campers are scattered all over. You
That
gotta
was the best part of that movie.
keep track of them.
Distracted. Okay. Count off. Kessa.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, what is the gist of that? What do you call that? Counting off.
We call that the KK.
What was that? Okay. So you basically give each kid a letter in a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were seeing.
Yeah, and you're seeing. Kids like that. Okay. That's a good one. All right. I like it.
10 points for creativity. Yep.
You guys get 5 stars. All right, that group.
We'll figure it out.
Where's the hill? Look! Strike a pose!
Wait, what is Okay. Awesome. So this is what I asked her to do. Okay. Okay, so that's one that I asked them to do that's actually recommended by Nationals. It's where at the beginning of camp you tell your kids, all right, so when we need to find each other, I'm just going to say, what did you say, Sue? Bug. I guess you just have a key word you say. But anyway, everyone comes up with their own like frozen position that the kids like because they get to come up with it themselves. And then they have to like stay in that frozen position. So you tell them, all right, go. So that works well if you're like in a crowded area and you want to like see them individually and they're not stop them from running around. So good. Okay, let's have who wants to go next? Bar group?
Oh no.
Okay. Just pretend like your campers running around.
Eat dirt.
Alright guys, it's time to go to lunch. Let's get together. Let's do animal calls. Partner 1. 2. 3. Awesome.
Woo! What about everyone else? Is that the name? Is that what you call it? No,
We call it buddy calls because everyone has a buddy and they have their own
No,
call.
call that Fritz's art.
Fewer calls.
It was alright.
Then all is lost.
So wait, each person had a buddy that.
Yes, the idea is that there's like little partnerships, and that way, like when you hear your call, maybe if the camper's like kind of far away, they're like not hearing, not paying attention, they like feel like the call's not complete without them. If they can help them.
So each. Okay, that's good. I like that one. All right, last group. Let's go. Last but not least. Last but the best.
Just do whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
We're boring campers.
Where are my superheroes?
Superheroes.
So honestly, there's a lot of ways you can do this. What the point is to have each camper has an individual thing to do when you do an activity like this, so that when someone's not there, it's really easy to tell. Whether it's you can't spell Kesem, whether it's someone can't find their partner, their Dutch partner, or whatever. Or I guess the posing one's maybe a little harder, but you probably are used to it. And you're like, wait, where's the person that always does like this? You know, whatever it is. And with the superhero, the same thing. So the point is, there's a lot of different ones you could do, but the point is that it has to be something where each camper has their specific thing to do, because it'll be really easy to notice if they're not there. Okay, and then the other last thing before we do another fun activity is about the pool. So what do you guys think? Let me see. If you are not a lifeguard, what is your job at the pool? If you're not a lifeguard, what is your job at the pool? Britt. Survive. Survive. Be the champion of jungle ball. Okay.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but even though you're not a lifeguard, if you still have responsibility to keep children safe, I don't know what you want to do. So like, you're still scanning to make sure children aren't like drowning, even though it's not like this job.
Does anyone know the art of scanning? I just found out it's an art. So I can tell you, but if someone already knows, I want them to tell. Yeah, it's a very technical term. All right, listen to this. This amazed me. Waterfront or pool scanning is literally the act of watching the campers in the water. It is difficult for the lifeguards to see everything that goes on in the water, so the more adults that are scanning, the better. Scanning should be methodical and based on a grid format. Listen up. Mentally, break down the swimming area into a big grid with 2 by 2 sections, 2 feet by 2 feet. So, start on the left or right and literally scan the water from one side to the other, then move up a section until you've scanned the entire area, then do it again. That seems a little excessive to me, but there you go. Now you've learned the art of scanning. So basically it's just like look at the pool, look down it quickly, no one's under the water. Alright, we're good. Cool. We have one more fun activity to do. Everyone should have gotten a piece of paper, every group, with a pen. I think I'm just going to put these on the board so I don't have to write them. Or I'm going to put it on the screen. But what we're going to do is I'm going to send you to different places here in the China building, and we're going to do a risk assessment activity. So, probably the easiest thing to do, you can either quickly write these 4 bullet point questions, or if someone wants to just come and take a picture from your group, that would work too. Because you're going to go to a different spot. So, these are the 4 questions we're going to answer. And every group needs to know what they are, because you're going to go to a different spot. Does everyone get the questions?
No.
And then you're going to write them on your papers if you're filming in that area.
Great.
Okay.
Let's hit it.
So, yep. So, this group, this is a fun one. I want you to go into the stairwell.
Okay.
Go to the stairwell, just right out that door. This group, if you go down this hallway and to the right, where the Masters of Public Accounting kind of little space is, that's where I want you to be. So if you go all the way down this hallway and then all the way to the right, the back corner of this floor, yeah, there's like seats. It's like a little area, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, go there. This group, I want you to consider the atrium space here in the building. You don't have to go actually down like to the 4th floor and into the atrium, but you can if you want. Oh, I forgot to tell them to come back in 15 minutes. Come back in 15 minutes. So you can either just go out in the hallway and like look down into the area and answer the questions, or you can go down the stairs to the atrium if you want. Does that make sense? And then you guys get the special privilege of just doing this room.
Are we actually going down? So I get my shoes on. Okay.
Real quick, we're just going to share with each other what our space was and some of our answers. So we'll start with the queen.
Okay. So our space was the stairwell, and most of our like probable things that could happen were like the kids trying to race each other and then tripping and falling on the stairs, or like trying to slide down the railing or climbing. And some of our improbable possible ones were getting stuck in the middle of an FBI raid, the second coming zombie apocalypse, or the Wasatch Front finally shifting and you're being unsafe to know that.
So as far as the ones that we can maybe help mitigate, what are some things that we could do in a stairwell to help with some of those risks? Does that make sense? How can we mitigate some of those risks?
Making sure the kids don't find things.
Okay. Any other thoughts from the group? Okay. Teacher moves are always good. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, group. Hopefully, well, yeah, there's like no stairs at camp, so we're probably good as far as stairwell goes. All right, let's go to that group back there.
Okay, I pick up, but we'll try to get through it.
Okay.
So for the first one, what kind of?
Oh yeah, we want to see the questions first.
We had this room. Yeah, we had this room.
Yeah. Okay. So if something were to go wrong, the kids or the kids should break one day, then the computer or that. Getting your caught in the door jammed. Knocking something over. What's something that's dangerous that you would do? The kids can play like this one's lava and the one's chair.
That would be so fun.
Kids in trouble. Again, breaking like the computer with a device in here.
Yeah.
Playing the piano. Falling off the chair. And one is improbable. We have similar ones. Someone getting their fingers rolled over and cut off.
There's a car back there.
Oh, I was like, what?
Getting their head hit against the window and breaking the glass.
All right. So, what are some things? This is for the entire group to answer. What are some things to mitigate those risks that you could do?
Climb all up on the chairs.
Okay.
You can only sit on these with your butt.
Like, talk a little bit about that, like, generally, like, risk, dangerous things start to happen when there's nothing else happening.
Oh yeah.
Or, like, looking for things to do, so.
Yeah.
Involved and
Have a different activity. Yeah, have a safe activity. Anything else? Group?
Hide the markers.
Let's hide the markers. Good idea. Good idea. All right. Awesome. This group. Where did you guys go?
Atrium.
Oh yeah, atrium. Like the big open space in the middle.
So if somebody were to go wrong in the space and like kids could potentially like slip on the water from like the fountain, or like a tree could catch on fire. That's unlikely, but like it happens.
Could happen.
They could like, I don't know.
I try to climb the trees, or like there's a ton of stairs over there and like balconies. So like I know a lot of kids would want to like go over like the little glass railing and like just walk along the edge. So things like that.
If you're allowed to do dangerous mistakes, we're talking about sliding on like the stair. Yeah. Or like playing in a fountain, or climbing a tree, or like they had rolling chairs down there. They could like play on the roller chairs and maybe like go down the stairs.
Yeah, roller chairs downstairs. That would be but
I know it's improbable but possible. Drowning. Kids probably wouldn't drown in the fountain, but they could. Bungee jumping. Like bungee jump.
very short.
I guess.
All right, and whole group, what are some things you could do? Really imagine if you had to take your 8-year-old campers in that area for an hour, what are some things you could do to mitigate the risk of that area?
I really like what I feel like I'm repeating what people said, but like, yeah, the teacher instinct in me is like tell them exactly like what the procedures are like while we're here.
Yeah.
Or like more so like what they can do. Sometimes I think kids respond better to like hearing like what they can do instead of like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And like they want to do it. If you mentioned it, they might not even been thinking about it. So, yeah, just like giving them clear instructions on that and like making sure that there's fun things to do, like Fritz said.
Yeah, maybe if they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing, just say, hey, why don't we go do this other fun thing that's safe instead.
Yeah, I like that. So it's more like a positive instead of a negative. Okay, awesome. Last group. Where did you guys go?
To the far corner over there.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like a lobby area type thing.
There's something where you go wrong in your space, it would be, there were like big comfy chairs, so we found someone could throw a chair, or break a window, and there were a lot of like sharp edges, because it was kind of displayed, so if they were running around, they could get hurt on the sharp edges, or a sharp edge. And there were like little baskets on the table that they could like throw stuff in the basket. Little baskets? Yeah. If you were allowed to do something dangerous, bruises, like break a window and jump through it, or like there's like metal stuff on the ceiling.
Is it a suicide door?
I know. That's what we called it. There's a little door on the window.
So they can
Just
like
a
get
drop
out
off.
really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
But it's locked.
Wow, this is so real. Kids would find it.
Yeah.
It's not locked.
You guys like test it, see what
I feel like you're kind of already answered that.
And then the
What-
probable
yeah.
possible is like using the metal stuff on the ceiling and like
Okay, sweet. So, group, what are some things you could do to mitigate the risks of that little area? If you had 6-year-olds there, what would you do?
Keep them away from the sharp edges.
Pad the edges.
Pad the edges.
I probably would.
Yeah.
I would move them from that area.
Okay.
There's nothing more for them to do. I would like let them play ball.
They had actual balls there, like.
It's like decoration.
Like wires
Maybe like soccer in the hallway or something.
Okay, sounds good. All right, congratulations, everyone. You are now risk managers. So what does that mean? It means that wherever you go with your campers, you should be asking yourselves these basic questions. Now, that doesn't mean you're like, I don't know. I feel like you can be really paranoid about things, and that can get unhealthy. But it's just knowing like what the risks could be and trying to mitigate them. So, very last activity, then we're almost done. This one right here, I'm just going to make the questions big so you can look at them and answer them in your groups. Like we saw with Serenade, unstructured time is probably the most dangerous time at camp. So I just want you to discuss with your groups when there will be that unstructured time, and then these other questions of what you can do specifically during those times. And this is what we're going to finish with. So go ahead and discuss with your group these questions, and then we'll wrap up. So let's just hear a few ideas really quick for each of the questions. The first one's pretty self-explanatory. When are there transition times? Whenever ops tells us there are, basically.
LOL.
Right. LOL. So there's going to be transition times. It's basically probably at least like 5 or 6 a day, if not more. So there's always transition time. What about question 2, 3, and 4? What are some things you guys came up with? That could be like fun activities that worked. How do you keep track of people? What are the best ways to start and end transitions? Can we just hear a little bit from each group? Or anyone that wants to? Yeah.
There's always like games you can play, like the same distance and a couple others. You can always just play those kind of times while you're putting together and it's a fun activity.
Yeah, there's an endless amount of games. So, awesome. Anyone else?
So we talked about games too, and like just like different like riddles or like anything that would like keep the kids engaged, like for the time being. But we also talked about like sometimes it's not even just like a transition, but like even like when we're cleaning after like a water fight, like sometimes people will stop cleaning and some people are still cleaning, and like then you kind of lose people. Like assigning certain tasks. It's like, hey, can you go do this really quick, or you know, then you know like exactly where your kids are and that they're helping out too. Still.
For sure. Okay. Anyone else want to comment?
Is this on any of them?
Yep.
Okay. I feel like for the last question, which is about like how to start and end, like give them a heads up before you end your activity and start the transition.
Yeah.
Say like, hey, 5 minutes, we're gonna go over to arts and crafts or whatever. That way they can kind of anticipate it, and it'll be a lot more smooth than say, okay, we're leaving right now. People might want to finish up what they were doing. Just give them a chance to finish.
That's a really important point. I know, like with the autism training, they specifically mentioned that that's really helpful for kids that have those kind of anxieties and things like that, because they can transition easier when they're prepared for it. So. Awesome. All right. Does anyone feel a burning desire to comment, or does everyone just want to be done with training? Actually, I knew you'd have a comment. Go ahead. All right, I'm just kidding. So, it is good to be aware of these things, and we're going to have a fun and safe camp. I know, you guys are great. Serena, do we need anything else? Or just finish?
No, we're good. I'm gonna put up the roll. Make sure you sign it before you leave. And yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Oh yeah, these are Serenade pens. You're doing good. Oh yeah, can you help us put the chairs back? That'd be great.